So luckily, I'm close to home. Up here. Hey, it's sunny and it's warm, which means I can finally take the Ultron Ultra out for a real test drive and see how it goes. You can see it in the foreground with the Ultron in the background as a comparison as far as the design and the build quality. I'll have lots to comment on after the ride, I'm sure. But for now, I just want to get this thing on the road. All right, so I have one of the two remotes that I was sent. I already had it unlocked. One thing I can notice, the disadvantage of this full color screen is it's not that visible with my sunglasses on and with the bright sun hitting it compared to the Ultron, which is definitely more visible. There is a brightness setting on here, so let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that's what I thought. It already was on the brightest settings. You have a 1, a 2, and a 3. It's your P01 setting. It's already set for the brightest settings, so yeah, trying to watch that in the bright sun, that's going to be tough to read, for sure. Ultron wins in the display award, without a doubt. So I'm wearing my wrist-mounted GPS, so I have an easy and visible way to track my speed. You know, this display with this color display in the sunlight, you can barely see it. Oh. It's very hard to see. Oh, just one of the differences. Well, yeah, I've only done real minimal stuff with this. And sometimes the GoPro 7 just inexplicably just kind of hangs. It's annoying. Gotta pop the battery out to reset it. So looking at the differences, obviously the front suspension on the Ultron Ultra is different. It has a dual coilover springs as opposed to like a floating suspension arm here. Tires, as I mentioned in the first video, are much wider than what's on the Ultra. And the rear suspension, again, is a floating arm on the Ultra. You have dual adjustable springs here for the rear suspension. So it'll be interesting to see how it feels. I actually took the mount for the seat off. One thing that I did notice is this quick release mechanism compared with the seat mount. If I have that seat mount on, I have very limited foot space because the seat mount goes to here. So I only would have that amount of space for my big size 13, so I have it off for now, and we'll see how that works out. Cindy is all geared up. She's going to be riding the Ultra, or the Ultron, no, I'm sorry, the Ultron EX, and I will be on the Ultron. Yeah, at some point, maybe she'll be trying this as well. We'll see. All right, here we go. Out onto the road with the Ultron Ultra. Car coming behind. It's riding fine. Based on the settings for the controller, I thought that I had cruise control turned on, which on this one supposedly is supposed to engage after 5 seconds of constant throttle. So far, I've not been able to get it to engage, so I'm not sure if I have that setting right or not. Cruising at 27 right now. Single motor. All right, so we're cruising in the high 20s. Definitely cruise control is not working. I cannot hold a speed, which is fine for me. It would be a problem for Cindy, but definitely is not working as I expected. I now have the front motor engaged. When you squeeze the trigger, there's a very noticeable difference. Very twitchy. I think I'm gonna turn that back off. I don't know if you can see the sky, but the sky is a mix of clouds and clear. But we are having some rainfall on us right now. There's a gray cloud right above us. Evidently, that is dropping some rain, even though it's sunny. Hopefully we get out from underneath it soon. All right, so I'm in the lead now. Single motor, turbo. Seems to hold similar speeds as what the Ultron does in this mode. Going like 29, 30 miles an hour. Only difference is I can't sit. When you sit, you usually pick up a mile or two an hour, so. It's performing pretty similarly right now. Definitely cannot see the display on this at all right now, outdoors. I'm just trying to see the battery indicator. Yeah. No, I got my GPS on. No, I just need to change the angle of it. There we go. It was like 28, 29, what I saw. Oh, Cindy says we were doing 32. All right. Oh, all right. It's not working.
Yeah, that's what I was like. You're not. I didn't try it yet.
It works the exact same way.
So weird.
Yeah.
It's so much bigger. You got to balance.
So Cindy's on the Ultron.
I hope it don't fall off.
She's gonna feel it. No, just push into it and just squeeze the trigger gently. So it feels different. The fat tires definitely feel different. Why? She should be the same.
The length of the bed is different. My body is.
Well, the length is different. Yeah, the length is different.
Yeah, my body is over the handle.
You can adjust the height of the handlebars.
Well, the thing is the angle. Oh yeah, this is harder to balance.
I didn't have any problems balancing.
The trigger is too
But
juicy.
it's only single motor.
Oh, I know, but you know, they heard on the way to class, they heard the way to class. You can feel the power.
Yeah, you should put it in double motor and feel it.
I'm okay.
I'm curious how the ride feels to you, like the suspension compared to the Dualtron. You got to hit some bumps, I think, to be able to really tell.
It feels good. I like that. That was smooth.
Yeah, well, that's heavier too. I mean, the Ultron's heavier, obviously. Yeah, well, it is bigger, but you have less deck. What she was commenting on is the again, because of the quick release mechanism for the handlebars, you have less room for your feet. So she feels like she's more forward on the Ultron than she is on the Dualtron, which is true. Yeah?
It's actually better for my elbows.
Yeah.
Did that one get lowered or not?
No, you can't adjust the height on the Ultron.
But I bet you can change dropping and switching that.
There you are, already?
Yeah.
Now I gotta adjust the brakes on this. They are definitely too squishy. So we're switched back here. Still in single motor mode. Cindy is in dual motor mode on the Ultron though. All right, watch this. We are now going fast. I'm in dual motor mode. So is she. Going in the low 30s. On your right. See you, Slowpoke. Yeah, now we're in mid-30s. Feeling a little sketchy, slowing down. It doesn't feel unstable, but just when you're going that fast, it feels pretty weird no matter what you're on. You know, outside of a regular automobile. If I even mention what we're doing, we're not going to Dunkin' Donuts, we're going to Culver's for lunch. So yeah. Car behind us. All right. Holy crap. Freaking jammed. I'm going past here and turning around. I flew by you at that one spot.
I know you flew by.
Did it seem like I was going fast? You see, the battery indicator still says full. So I don't like it doesn't have a percentage. Like, you know, that has an exact percentage. It tells you.
The bars?
The bar shows full still, so it's kind of weird. All right, so we finished up our lunch at Culver's. We're gonna be doing a loop around that'll get us back to the traffic light so we can make a left and head on home. Just getting a little bit of a feel how it is doing the turns at a decent speed. As far as the ride itself goes, it feels very solid. Nothing weird to report, other than the lack of being able to engage cruise control. But as far as acceleration, just cruising and braking, all very good. Yeah, brakes on this definitely feel much better. Well, that has e-brake as well, though. I'll adjust it. Yeah, we're just going to the light and making a left. Bye. All right, so we're cruising eastbound again, back onto Mockley in the infamous bike lane. I'm in dual motor mode, just being easy in the trigger. Cruising close to 30 again. This will be the first of quite a few videos I'm sure I'll be doing this weekend about the Ultron, so this is not the comprehensive review. All right, Cindy hit a screw somehow on the Ultron and punctured the back tire, so she has a flat. So now I have to haul ass and get home. Get the truck and go get her. The screw somehow was through the side of the tire. Don't ask me how that happens. I have no idea. So I guess I'm gonna get an experience with patching tires on the Ultron. In single motor mode, I'm still suspect of this battery meter. It still shows totally full. And at this point, I've probably gone 14 miles maybe. So that seems kind of hard to believe. This is roughly a 1400 watt hour battery, I believe, so it should be showing some sort of usage at this point. That's a weird noise. Sounded like it was coming from the back motor. All right, about 2 miles from home, and then I have to go get the Tacoma as the rescue vehicle. Periodically, I'm hearing a loud oh, interesting. All right, I have no more acceleration. Wow. I think the battery might be dead. Okay. Maybe that was the noise I heard. All right, so add inaccurate battery display to the bugs so far in the Ultra. Yeah, good luck kicking this thing. Yeah, I got nothing. It's out of juice. Won't turn on. I'm hoping it's just out of juice. This this is not how I wanted my Ultra, my first extended Ultron Ultra ride to end. Trying to kick an 80-pound scooter. I mean, it does roll okay, but it's just not made for kicking. So luckily, I'm close to home. So I guess we might as well talk about the pros and cons so far. Pros: rides well, lots of power. Although as far as the ride goes, if the suspension feels stiffer than the Ultron out of the box, it feels stiffer, but rides well. The fat tire and additional weight actually makes it feel a little bit more stable, I think, in some conditions. The adjustable handlebar is nice, riding position's nice, no problems there. All right, negatives. This controller, you can't see it in sun. Battery display obviously is not accurate. Some of the functions that I was given to change certain things, like for example, to change it from kilometers an hour to miles per hour, there is a setting supposedly for that, but it won't let me change it. It will only read kilometers an hour, but you can't see it in daytime anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And the cruise control, which supposedly, according to the instructions I was given, should be turned on, but it does not engage. No matter how long you hold a constant throttle, it does not engage. Negatives as well, this design that makes it easier to fold up, cuts into the available foot space, and when combined with the design for the mount for the seat, to ride this seated, you'd almost have to, or to put the seat on, would mean that you have a very uncomfortable standing position, at least for someone of my size. So this is going to probably be ridden without the seat most of the time. So yeah, and of course having to push it back home, negative points for that. Never had to do that before. So, and we got traffic on the road, too much traffic. Driveway's in sight. Cindy's probably wondering what the hell's going on, but yeah, she gets a flat, I run out of juice. Not the best day. I have to say that I'm just assuming that I ran out of juice. Hopefully that's what's wrong. Something that simple and not something more serious. So that is my assumption for now. I'll put it on a charger and see what happens. And now it's starting to rain. I'm glad I got home before rain. Hopefully it's not raining where Cindy is. Yeah. I told her she could ride the Ultron back, and I would hoof it. She didn't like that because of I guess no seat and no working cruise control. So again, this is just a small cloud, a small patch of gray clouds that's dropping this, but hopefully it's not where she is.
So what happened?
I just told Cindy that I ran out of power about 3/4 of a mile from the house.
Try to get a little, okay, roll it. Try to, oh, there it is. That's the hole the screw was sticking out of. So, Fifth Arm Chicken Duff here on an adventure. Definitely had some, do you need me to reach over and get that one?
No, I got it. So we are almost home. Again, we're driving right back into this patch of gray clouds that I drove through leaving. So I'm hoping since we're moving that the Ultron is not getting very wet. It'll be somewhat wet. But yeah, it's been great adventure. I guess I'm going to have to be talking to Elvis some about some of these weird quirks I've been finding. Alright guys, like I said, this was a unexpected turn of events. We'll throw the Ultron on the charger and hopefully we will get a true full charge on it, and worst case scenario, I just can't. I just got to make sure I can run off the charger on that thing and maybe do a range test to give me an idea of what the real range is. But it's going to be a pain not to be able to rely on the battery indicator if that is the case. And I'm also going to be getting some experience taking the tire off of a Ultron, I guess, and try to fix this flat. Interesting first extended ride on the scooters. If you found this video interesting or entertaining, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing, and feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. You know, when I bought the Ultron, I knew that this was a possibility. There's going to be some, some weird stuff. Because I just, there is no such thing as getting something for nothing, and this is obviously almost half the price of the equivalent Ultron model, so there are going to be some differences. It's just a matter of if there are differences you can live with or not. So I'll do my best to figure that out. So anyways, look for some more videos this weekend, and until next time, tough man out. Let's see, is it still dead? Dead. Yeah, seems it. Alright, just a quick post-mortem here. It's odd, I took my e-wheels charger, which I use for the Ultron, because I believe the battery in the Ultron is a 57 or 60 volts, something like that. And I plugged in my e-wheels charger, and it showed voltage of 66, so it didn't even turn on. Because with the way that charger is set up, 66 is full charge. So, I'm confused. And of course, I just turned it on. It still shows full battery. Full battery. So I have the very inexpensive feeling charger from Ultron plugged in, and it is charging. So we're just gonna let it go, I guess, and let it go till it's green and see what happens.